XRP is down significantly today, but as we've always said on this channel, XRP is directly correlated to the price of Bitcoin, which has also been falling today. Now, this is all around the tariffs that Trump is saying that he's putting in, and the market is worried. So we need to stay paying attention and vigilant because Monday is going to be a bumpy ride.
A leaked AI forecast just gave XRP a 75% shot at doubling, right after flagging a potential crash. So here's the million-dollar question. Is XRP about to explode, or is the chart hiding something nobody's seeing yet? Because what you're about to see isn't guesswork. It's the output of a next-gen AI system trained to detect what even expert traders miss, and right now, it's sending mixed signals that are raising some serious eyebrows. The same AI that nailed Bitcoin's pullback and flagged Ethereum's next move is now lighting up XRP's chart with a prediction that could either make people rich or wreck retail traders clinging to false hope. But here's the twist. The data doesn't just show a moonshot. It shows a looming dip first, a crash, before the boom. Why would smart money sell now if a rally is coming? Why does the chart say XRP could hit $3, then $4.50, and maybe even $5, but only if it survives the storm brewing right now? That's what we're about to unpack. Let's dive into the chart they don't want you to see.
XRP. Crash or boom? Experts predict 80% drop, but here's what could save it. Hey guys, Andrew from BitSpools here. XRP is looking bullish, but experts are predicting a massive crash. A crypto analyst says XRP is headed for an 80% crash, targeting 10 cents. But there's a scenario where the uptrend could continue. The XRP price is currently holding above 52 cents, but it's also seeing some losses. Remember guys, crypto is risky, so do your...
Let's rewind just a bit. Roughly 3 years ago, a quiet collaboration began between TradingView and OpenAI, the same minds behind ChatGPT. While the world was just figuring out how AI could write essays or answer your emails, a far smaller, more elite group was using it to decode market behavior in real time. Fast forward to today, and that same partnership has birthed the world's first fully integrated AI trading indicator. And we're not talking about some lagging RSI or MACD clone. This thing analyzes everything, from smart money flows and whale wallet activity to global macro shifts and real-time sentiment on thousands of coins. And right now, it's flashing warning signs on XRP, right before showing one of the most bullish forecasts it's ever released. That's what makes this chart so strange and so important.
Automated trading strategies are a type of program that can be used to execute trades automatically based on predetermined rules. These strategies can be back-tested on historical data to evaluate their performance and can even be set up to execute trades in real time based on current market conditions. Entry and exit conditions are a critical component of automated trading strategies, as they determine when the strategy should enter or exit a trade. These conditions can be based on a variety of factors, including...
So how does this AI actually work? Well, for starters, it's been quietly predicting moves with near-surgical precision. A few weeks ago, it flagged Bitcoin's short-term retracement to $75,000 after global tariff headlines shook the markets. It didn't just call the move, it nailed the why, tying together news catalysts, exchange liquidity levels, and cross-asset risk sentiment. Now it's doing something similar with XRP. The XRP USDT chart is currently showing 3 probabilities, each more jaw-dropping than the last. A 90% chance of hitting $3, a 75% probability of reaching $4.50, a 33% shot at breaking $5, but here's where it gets crazy. Right before those projections, a volatility cluster. Translation: turbulence. The AI isn't predicting a smooth ride. It's flashing potential liquidity traps, fake-outs, maybe even a crash. You know, the kind of dip that forces retail traders to sell low so that institutions can scoop up cheap coins before liftoff.
I asked ChatGPT, which is the leading artificial intelligence program on the market right now, will Ripple beat the SEC in court, and what will happen if they do? And it said yes. Ripple will beat the SEC in court, and XRP will surge to a new all-time high when they win.
And this isn't a one-off quirk. When we compare XRP's signal to what the AI is forecasting for coins like Solana and Ethereum, it becomes even clearer. Let's start with Solana. Right now, Solana is moving sideways in a tight channel between $100 and $200. According to the AI, there's only a 15% chance of it pushing beyond $350 anytime soon. That's not bearish, but it's not breakout level bullish either. Basically, Solana is stuck in traffic. Ethereum, on the other hand, is charging forward. The AI is forecasting a 95% chance ETH reaches $2,700 in the short term, with a 75% probability of hitting $3,400. It even gives a 20% chance of Ethereum smashing through to $5,600 in the next 3 months. That's massive. What's driving this? Part of it is the upcoming Ethereum protocol upgrade. But even more crucial is the pending approval of Ethereum staking ETFs. If that passes, ETH isn't just a coin. It becomes Wall Street's next income-producing asset.
Regulated XRP futures have officially started trading in the U.S., with the Chicago Mercantile Exchange launching 2 contract sizes for XRP futures. This is a massive step, as previously only Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana had this level of mainstream U.S.-regulated futures trading. The introduction of these futures products may pave the way for a spot XRP ETF in the U.S. Multiple firms have filed ETF proposals, and with these catalysts aligning, the remainder of May and the months ahead could be pivotal for.
And XRP? It's in a very different position. Unlike Ethereum or Bitcoin, XRP is battling both technical resistance and regulatory baggage. But here's the catch. That's also why the upside could be explosive. This AI isn't just looking at price action. It's detecting accumulation zones, where big money quietly buys while the headlines scream chaos. Right now, XRP is showing clear signs of that. The AI picked up on rising exchange reserves, suggesting more XRP is sitting idle, likely being bought and held. And historically, when accumulation meets rising liquidity and shrinking float, prices don't just rise, they launch. So what does this mean? Let's zoom out. If the AI is right, we're on the edge of a textbook bull setup for XRP. But to get there, we may have to weather one last storm. Think of it like this. Imagine standing on a beach. The tide pulls back suddenly, almost unnaturally far. For a moment, everything is still. Then the wave comes in, and it's massive.
All right, crypto fam, let's talk Ripple. The big question, what's the deal with regulations? Well, buckle up because it's a wild ride. Regulations could actually be a game changer for Ripple. Think about it. Clear rules mean more trust, and trust equals adoption. Now, will the world embrace Ripple? It's not a simple yes or no. Some countries are already on board, while others are playing it cool. But here's the kicker. Ripple's got that cross-border payment magic. Banks are eyeing it like it's the last slice of pizza. As for percentages, it's anyone's guess, but industry experts are throwing around numbers like 50% adoption in the next 5 years. Remember, in crypto, anything can happen. So, keep your eyes peeled and your wallets ready. This space is about to get interesting.
That's what the chart is showing now. A strange calm, maybe even a drop, but behind it, a push to $3? Maybe more. And here's the part nobody's talking about. The window to act is closing fast. This AI tool was only available to developers until now, but for the next 2 months, anyone can use it, for free, in the TradingView desktop app. That means for the first time, retail traders can see what hedge funds have been tracking in secret. Real-time whale movement, smart money flows, sentiment shifts before they go viral on Twitter, and perhaps most importantly, those rare windows when risk versus reward flips in your favor. Let me walk you through how to access it, because trust me, you're going to want to see this chart for yourself.
Could XRP hit $3 by the end of 2024? Here's why some experts say it's possible. XRP has been showing strong signals of a bullish breakout. The Relative Strength Index, RSI, is climbing, and trading volume recently jumped from $500 million to $800 million. With XRP holding key support levels, analysts believe we could see a big move soon. If XRP breaks the $1 barrier, experts say it could hit $3 by the end of the year. And with Ripple's recent legal victories, the timing couldn't be better. With rising volume and bullish indicators, XRP could be gearing up.
If you've got TradingView installed, just open it. If not, head to the official site and download the desktop version. From there, Update to the latest beta version using a simple command. For Windows, it's Win plus R. For Mac, just open your terminal. Paste the command we've included in the video description and let the update do its thing. Once it's done, you'll get access to the AI indicator. No paywall, no waitlist, just raw predictive power. Open the XRP USDT chart. You'll see colored zones, risk ratings, and price targets with associated probabilities. But don't just look at XRP. Compare it to ETH. Compare it to Solana. See where the probabilities stack. That's how you spot the truth beneath the noise.
Are you struggling to be consistently profitable trading Forex or crypto? I may just have the solution. I've been using an indicator on TradingView recently, which has made me a lot more successful in the markets. It has a success rate around 90%. Since I started using this indicator, I rarely have a losing day. Don't believe me? Check it out on the link below.
Now let's come back to the big question. Is XRP about to crash before the boom? The AI says yes and no. Yes, there's turbulence ahead. Possibly even a pullback that shakes out the weak hands. But no, it's not the end. In fact, if the indicators are right, it's just the beginning. The accumulation phase is almost over. The next phase? Price discovery. And based on current probability models, XRP is primed to outperform nearly every other top 20 altcoin over the next 3 months. And here's the most important part. This isn't financial advice. It's visibility. That's what this tool gives you. Not certainty, but a strategic edge in a market that punishes blind guesses. Because in the end, charts don't lie. People do. Algorithms don't panic. Traders do. And when an AI this accurate sends a mixed signal, crash, then boom, you don't ignore it. You lean in.
I would never suggest or recommend selling all your XRP or selling too soon either.
I've given price predictions for XRP previously, and now I'm just at the stage where I'm like, I have no idea how high this bloody thing's going to go. I've heard you talk about the role of XLM and XRP. When you understand the role that a technology like that might play in tomorrow's world, you know, we look at prices today and it might go up and we go, oh, that's amazing. But in regards to the arc of time and where these technologies are going and where we think they're going, what are your...
All the value will come onto these networks.
And can you imagine the value of a network that essentially enables value in the internet of value? It's just, I have no models for that, right? How do you even work that out?
How do you value this?
I mean, how do we even know what...
The price is infinite. So I think it's intelligent to consider holding both in your portfolio and don't get concerned with the short-term fluctuations in price, the volatility, but think long-term. And I think it's even smart to take advantage of significant pricing.
But there's another angle here that almost no one's talking about, and it's hidden in plain sight. Let's talk about market psychology, the real driving force behind every crash, every pump, every sideways grind that leaves traders scratching their heads. Because as advanced as AI becomes, it's still tracking one thing above all: human behavior. And right now, the AI is detecting signs of fear, right before potential euphoria. Zoom in on the XRP sentiment indicators and you'll see it. Social sentiment is still lukewarm. Influencers are quiet. Big headlines have moved on to other coins. That's not a bad sign. That's a classic accumulation signal. Real whales don't buy when Twitter is screaming buy. They buy in silence, while everyone else is distracted or scared.
Can you please explain how /why XRP is the reformation of the financial system? You probably use some payment app, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Most everybody does. Wise if you're international. If I wanted to send you money from my Cash App to your PayPal, can't do it. But this network, distributed ledger technology, and XRP would allow that to happen. It allows for the interoperability of these payment systems. And for high value transactions and institutions, it settles in 2 to 3 seconds, costs less than a penny to send $1 million, flows like water. All of these are frictions in between now. It removes all those frictions. And the same thing as email. Imagine how many people used to send letters or communicate via postal. You might send, like, if you were really at it, maybe you're sending 50 letters a week. How many emails do you get a day? Hundreds. So it'll be the same way for payments.
This is exactly the kind of environment that the AI thrives in. When the noise fades and the data starts aligning, when liquidity builds but volume stays flat, it's often the quiet before the storm. It's the telltale footprint of smart money entering the game early. And this is where the TradingView AI indicator shows its real edge. It's not just guessing, it's tracking these invisible patterns in real time. It knows when volume spikes aren't real. It knows when liquidity is being faked. It knows when a crash is a trap, and when it's the last drop before liftoff. Now let's add in one more layer: macro market timing. We're not just looking at crypto in isolation. The AI isn't either. It's reading global markets, bond yields, equity inflows, inflation sentiment, even oil prices, and blending all of that into crypto forecasts. That's why the XRP prediction isn't just a pump fantasy. It's grounded in a broader narrative. What we're seeing now is a macro shift. Risk on appetite is returning. Money is flowing back into speculative assets. Institutional players are slowly rotating back into crypto after months on the sidelines. And XRP? It's positioned right at the edge of that wave.
Is it even possible for significant price appreciation without the stablecoin bill passing? Nope. You need a stablecoin bill to pass. You need all those stablecoins issued on the EVM sidechain. You need treasuries to collapse. You need Tether to collapse. You need ETFs to be launched. You need significant losses in Bitcoin to trigger unrealized losses for the investment banks. And then they will dump liquidity into XRP to be able to settle it back into the stock market via Project Ion. If you haven't heard that before, if you want to go check it out, I do have the full breakdown to the domino theory on my YouTube channel. I put this out more than a year ago in March of 2024, and I got a little bit of validation from people at certain corporations and three-letter agencies. So I'm confident that it is going to play out, but the stablecoin bill is actually a very imperative portion of that.
With the SEC case slowly fading into the rear view, and with Ripple continuing to ink global payment deals behind the scenes, XRP is no longer the risky bet it once was. It's becoming something else entirely, a sleeper asset on the verge of a breakout. But the question remains, why the crash first? Why not just rally now? That's the genius of it. Every big move starts with a misdirection, a false drop, a panic shakeout. Why? Because the market needs fuel, and fear is fuel. When traders panic sell, it creates supply. That supply gets absorbed by larger players. And once enough coins are in stronger hands, the market becomes primed for a parabolic move. Less supply, more demand, cleaner runway. The AI knows this, and what it's showing right now is a compression point, a brief dip, maybe sharp, maybe short, but necessary. Because without that dip, there's no springboard.
Bitcoin handles only 7 transactions per second, and Ethereum handles about 15 to 30 transactions per second on its base layer. So that's like comparing a busy modern highway, which is the XRPL, to like a single lane country road, right? Older blockchains is what that would be. The XRP ledger's capacity means it can serve a global user base, no problem at all.
The TradingView AI indicator is built to level the playing field, and it's free to use right now. That won't last forever. 2 months from now, it could go behind a paywall or be limited to pros. But today, you have access. So if you're still relying on gut feelings, on Reddit threads, or on YouTube hype alone, you're trading in the dark. This tool gives you light, insight, precision. And maybe, just maybe, the timing of all this isn't a coincidence. Maybe the market wants you to look away right before the big move. Maybe this crash is the setup for something huge. So what do you think? Is XRP about to collapse? Or is this just the setup for its biggest rally yet? Check out the chart for yourself. Install the indicator, test it against your own analysis, and let us know in the comments. Are you buying the dip or waiting for confirmation? If this opened your eyes even a little, hit that subscribe button. We're diving deeper into the AI tools that are reshaping crypto trading every week. And this is just the beginning.